The day I gave birth to my daughter was literally the best day in the entire world. This is how the day went up to the time of her birth. In 2 hours, all have been ruptured for 24 hours. I have had 3 doses of cytotec and just now had my first super painful contraction, so maybe things are starting. What I didn't know is that the pain was about to go from 0 to 100. I was in pain and I was breathing through contractions, but it was tolerable to the point where I couldn't really talk through contractions, but I was doing okay until I wasn't. I was giving myself a foot massage and was able to get some lunch down. And my plan was to wait until the pain wasn't really tolerable anymore and then try nitrous oxide, do that for as long as I possibly could until I got as close to active labor as possible, and then I was going to get in the birthing tub. Next thing you know, I was literally collapsing on the ground because I was in so much pain. I couldn't walk, couldn't speak, could not do anything, and at that point I knew I needed an epidural now. There was no way that nitrous oxide or a birthing tub or anything was going to help me at that point. I just wanted the pain to go away. So I got my epidural and they checked me. I was 6 centimeters. Got my epidural and we're just resting a little bit. I can't sleep because I'm having contractions. I'll try to show you. Since I've been here, I had 3 doses of cytotec, and about 2 hours after the 3rd dose, I started having pretty painful contractions, and from there, over the next 2 hours, they started getting more and more intense. So right now, with an epidural, I feel a lot of pressure with contractions to the point where I'm breathing through them. I am 6 centimeters right now. The epidural comes with a button, so you can give yourself a bolus, and a little bit of extra, and I've had to push that a couple times. I may push it again here shortly, but I do like that I can feel pressure because I feel like it's going to make it way easier when it comes to pushing. I'll know exactly when I'm having a contraction. So I'm currently having one now, and I can talk through it, but I had a really bad hot spot on the left side, and I was just feeling so much pressure and intensity with every single contraction. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is really painful still, even with the epidural. Honestly, the pain was nothing compared to before I got the epidural. Before I got the epidural, it was just, oh my gosh, not tolerable at all. The thing is, in between contractions, I was feeling really, really good. I felt the love hormones flowing. The oxytocin was in the air. They did end up starting me on Pitocin because things were kind of slowing down. And at this point, I had been ruptured a really long time and we were trying to prevent infection. Ultimately, I did end up getting an infection. I had a fever of 100.6 or something like that. And I ended up pushing for so long, 4 hours. This baby just was stuck. She was just wedged in there, crooked, and did not want to come out. When they say that pushing is the craziest workout of your life, it is. I was pushing so hard, literally with all of my strength, and I could not move this baby. She did not want to come through the vaginal canal. If you've ever pushed a baby out, you know that you take a big deep breath like you're going underwater. You hold that breath and you bear down as hard as you can, like you're having a bowel movement. You try to hold that for 10 seconds with all of your strength, and then you let your breath out. Take another big deep breath and you go right back into another 10 seconds of pushing. And this is the kind of get mad pushing. It's not oh, I'm pushing. No, it's I am angry, you are pushing this baby out. She just did not want to come out. I was so discouraged and just so exhausted. At this point, I had been laboring all day, and then I could not sleep at all through the night because we started
pushing in the middle of the night. Before that, I was just in extreme pain. And then my girl started to not look as great on the monitor. I spiked a fever and they were concerned because I just was not making progress. What's so crazy is that I reached up and I felt her head. I could feel her head. I could feel her hair. She was right there, within 2 inches. And during pushing, her heart rate kept dipping so low. And so we were flipping from left to right to hands and knees to every position that you could possibly ever think of in life. And I'm a labor and delivery nurse, so I knew when it was happening. I heard her heart rate and I'm like, oh no. So I'm trying to turn myself and obviously I'm numb from the ribs down. We went back for C-section and I delivered my baby girl. She came out screaming and crying and pink and healthy and beautiful. I did have some reactions to the anesthesia. I'm going to do like a full birth story explaining everything. This is just kind of like an overview. But the thing is, it's such a blessing when your baby comes out crying. They even let me do skin to skin with her right there in the operating room. And it was just such an amazing moment, one that I will literally never forget. I immediately fell in love with her. Just even now, even looking at her, thinking about her, I am absolutely in awe of how perfect she is. The love and the bond that you feel as a mother is just something that is indescribable. I honestly cannot believe that my husband was able to get this video. What an amazing video of when she was immediately born. They pulled her right up to the plastic. They let me see her and touch her. This was literally the best moment of my life, getting to meet my daughter and hearing her cry and knowing that she has arrived into this world safely. Through the whole experience, I was praying, I had my family praying, I had my friends praying, and I truly, truly believe that God protected me because everything that could have gone wrong went wrong, essentially. There were so many things that I'm going to explain in detail, but God protected me and my baby arrived safely. She is perfect. She came out crying, does not have one single flaw. And I can't even explain the feeling of love and comfort and safety having my husband with me through this entire experience because he was right there the whole time supporting me. He would have and did do absolutely anything and everything that I wanted and needed in those moments. And watching him look at our daughter the same way he looks at me and just falling in love with her like he has, it changes your brain chemistry. I don't really know how to describe it besides just an extreme blessing from God that I have him as my husband and my partner and my biggest supporter and my daughter as my best friend for life.
I am so tired. I think I've gotten about 4 hours of sleep in the last 48 hours. So I'm about to finish my tea, take my meds, brush my teeth, and see if we can get this girl to sleep for a few hours.